Good morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. I'm back with another use me as a background noise video. I know it has been a very long time. Also, am I crooked? Whatever, I'm just background noise. Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't even know when the last time I did this was. Let me check. Guys, I'm very cold. Oh, if you hear my cat, ignore him. He's having zoomies right now. The last time I did one of these videos, let's see, must have been years ago. But basically, if you have never watched one of my use me as background noise videos, I just talk for like an hour about literally whatever I want. You don't have to listen. I am simply just here to yap. The last time I did this, 2 years ago. Let's see, what day? February. Oh, my cat is playing. February 2023. That's nearly 3 years ago. I was like in a different apartment. Oh my gosh, welcome to my apartment. This is my beautiful bookshelf that I absolutely adore. Wow, I was 22 years old when I made the last video. I don't want to talk about it. I'm kind of having a crisis about my age. This is some ginger tea. I'm trying to, what words? I'm like forgetting words. I'm trying to drink or like consume more ginger because I don't like certain foods. I don't like ginger. I don't like black pepper. And so I'm slowly trying to introduce those things into my everyday foods. So this is some ginger tea. It's freezing in my apartment. Kind of my fault though, because I keep my windows open and it is currently, let's see what the temperature is. It's currently 50 degrees outside. And my windows are open because I have a cat and I'm in a small apartment and it just needs fresh air. So yeah, I'm like wearing 3 layers right now. But dang, what happened since the last time we talked? I don't know. I thought that I would just tell you guys about my trip to China, which was in April. It was my first time going to China in 18 years, which was pretty insane. And I don't know, I just had a really good time. I was with my sister and my parents, and I had never been to my parents' hometown before. I think everywhere I went, in like 2011 or 2012, oh, Shuffle's going crazy. Wait guys, the other day, he's eating something right now. Oh, whatever. The other day I saw Truffle literally eat a bug. It was like disgusting. It was like one of those bugs with a lot of legs. I'd never seen that before. What is he eating right now? Kind of annoying. He's on top of my puzzle. I can't do puzzles because Truffle like will knock around all the pieces, and so right now my puzzle is on the floor with a bunch of things stacked on top of it, like boxes and whatever, so that Truffle can't like get to it. But then of course when he like runs into the boxes, he's moving them around, and so like now he's kind of exposing the puzzle. What was I saying? China. Oh, in like 2011 I went to Taipei with an orchestra, but besides that I don't think I had been to Asia since 2007. And in 2007 we went to like touristy areas, like we saw the like Tiananmen Square and the terracotta soldiers, but this was my and we had also gone to Hong Kong because my aunt lives there. But this was my first time in my parents' hometown. Oh, I don't like what Truffle is doing right now. Truffle, come here. He's coming. Come on. Guys, this is Truffle. Oh my gosh. When I first got Truffle, it was 2021, I think. And he's on this channel the first couple of days that I have him. But guys, he's turning 8 years old. He's born in 2018. No. Yeah, he's turning 8 years old in a couple months. Oh my gosh, when I got him, he was 3. Oh, look at him. He's still as active as ever. Still as active as Oh my gosh, what is happening? Active as ever. Ignore me. I love him. I hope he's comfy. I just want him to like calm down. I don't like that he's playing around my puzzle. Yeah. I don't. I used to be able to yap so much, and like I think I still can yap a lot. Also, sorry. My brain is so scattered. So I'm gonna be saying also a lot. This camera, for some reason, can only record up to like 22 minutes and then like it shuts off. So yeah, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, being able to yap. I used to be able to yap for so long. There's a couple of these videos on my channel. The first one I did, I was like 18 or 19 years old, and I don't even know why I posted it. No, Truffle! Yeah, he hates me. I don't even know why I posted it, because it's not like I watch videos like this, but, oh, Truffle sees something outside. He's by the window. Yeah, I don't know. I just saw that you guys liked it, and it's really funny, because even though I don't post on YouTube, I still like get all my notifications. Like, I'm on YouTube all the time, and so I always see people they're like, it's been this amount of time since you've posted, and I'm just like, lol, sorry to disappoint. Ooh, so bright. But I will say, you guys don't really know this. Also, like, literally, what the heck, why did it get so bright? You guys don't know this, but last year, it's always around the fall time where I'm just like, I feel like recording a video. So last fall, I started another channel, and it only lasted 4 months. Guys, I have no grit. Like, I have no tenacity, no reason to keep going. I had a channel for about 4 months where I was posting like every day about book videos. So you missed that. You missed me on that. For those of you guys who have been complaining that it's been years. Oh my goodness, why it's so bright. This apartment rarely gets any natural light. Like, there's, oh my goodness, sorry. I'm trying to like block my face from the sun. But very once in a while the sun does peek through. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so sorry. Oh, being able to yap. So the first time I made this video, or a video like this, I was just able to talk. The second and third time, have I done it? I think I've done it 3 times now. This would be my 4th. I feel like I was just like able to talk, and then I turned 25 this past year, and I just feel like my yap abilities just like went away. I had friends tell me like, you're so much more quiet now. That's like my biggest fear. I am like definitely a certified yapper, and I just feel like nowadays I have like nothing to talk about. But I've been getting the itch to make a video, and like ideally I make a more creative video, but I know that's gonna, you know, like when you have a big project looming in front of you and it's so overwhelming that you just would rather not do it at all. That's kind of me with my creative ideas, and so I'd rather do this where at least I can just post and not have to like be too creative. But I wanted to do a closet clean out with you guys because I love thrifting and I don't have a lot of closet space, and so I need to get rid of a lot of clothes. I went thrifting last weekend. I picked up 16 pieces, 2 jackets, a couple pants, a lot of shirts, $90. I was pretty satisfied. I had gone because I watched this video that was like, if you're in your mid-20s, you pick up the 4 R's. What was it? Reading, running, something, I don't know, 2 other things. And it's funny because reading, yeah. And then running, I don't think I'm like getting into running. It's more so my friends started getting into running, and I had gotten sick 9 times by the time September hit. Just colds, but I don't think I should be getting a cold every single month. Sometimes I would skip a month, but then I'd get 2 colds the next month. And so clearly my immune system is very weak, and so I was like, oh, fine, I'll start exercising. And running to me is like the cheapest thing to do, so I did it. I started doing it. And so, all to say, I went thrifting last week because I needed well, because it's getting colder, I just need to get like athletic wear, leisure, is that what it's called? My father just texted me. Photos? Nah. I'm recording this on Halloween. So happy Halloween, even though this will not be posted on Halloween. Yeah, I'm going as Hannah Montana, but the thing is, I don't know where I'm going with the outfit. So I might just wear it next year. This was a costume that I had planned back when I was in high school. I think when I was a senior in high school. There's this one picture of Hannah Montana. I'm like, should I show you guys? Yeah, I'll show you guys. It's literally my phone, like, my background. But let me see if I can find it. It's Hannah Montana from that episode when she's, like, on this talk show. Is that what they're called, talk shows? And she sings a super. Wait, is that the song? I don't know. But then she's like, they start handing. They're like, you get a carrot and you get a carrot. Oh, is that gonna? Wow. Oh, there we go. It's so overexposed. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So I have the fit, but it's not like I have anything going on. I have like one thing I could go to, but I don't know if people are dressing up, so I might not. And Chipotle burritos are $6 today, but I'm too embarrassed to go out in that costume, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't really want to do anything. I kind of savor my time in. I'm reading Crazy Rich Asians right now. I watched the movie. I do this thing where I get like so hyper fixated on certain things, especially movies. Every movie I watch in theaters that I enjoy, I probably watch it like 3-4 times. So Crazy Rich Asians, I think I saw it like 4 times the summer it came out. I remember because it was the summer I went to college, and I watched it with my college roommates. We had only met each other like once or twice before then, so we watched that together in New York. And then when we got to North Carolina, there's a movie theater on Franklin Street called Varsity Theater, and I don't know if it still is this price, but at the time it was like $7 for a ticket. So we watched it twice at Varsity, and then I was on the film club at UNC, which basically we just chose what movies we were going to show. I think like we put on free movies for students. Was it every week or every month? I can't remember, but one week or month we showed Crazy Rich Asians, and I saw it again. So I've seen that movie a bunch. I love it. And I've done the same like with Wicked. I think I saw Wicked like 3 times. Avengers Endgame, I saw that, oh my goodness, probably 4 or 5 times in theaters. Like I don't know why I'm like this, but whatever. Anyways, all to say, now 7 years later, after watching the movie, I am reading the books. Well, I don't know if I'll read past the first book because it is a series, but I think I'm just gonna read the first book. Depends on how it ends, I guess, if there's like a cliffhanger or something. It's good so far. It took me a little while to get into the book, I think because there's so many characters. It did help having watched the movie, then I can like put faces to the names. But yeah, there's a lot of people, and I kind of just resigned to like not fully remember who everyone is, and then I read the book and it's good. Very crazy, very rich, very Asian. Yeah, and then I'm gonna watch the movie after I read it. I've been doing that. I read all of Summer I Turned Pretty so that I could watch the show. But I will say I started watching the show halfway into season 3, and I just like didn't care enough to catch up. So yeah, my knowledge on the show is pretty limited, but I read the books, and then I read for the first time To All the Boys I Loved Before, and that was fun because I got to watch the movies as well, and it was really cute. I really liked the first book. The second book was like whatever. The third book was cute again, but not as good as the first. I think the first one was like very unique. Sorry, I just got an email. let's see. I know that I'm supposed to talk about the China trip. I know I teased it like 10 minutes ago, and then I never spoke about it again. Yeah, we can get into China. It was very exciting. So my family, we're Fujianese. So we're from the province of Fujian. We, as in my parents and their ancestors and everything. And then my parents like immigrated. But it was, okay, where do I even start? Okay, let me start actually. So my sister and I, oh sorry if my scalp is itchy. My sister and I, we met up with my parents in Hong Kong. So they were in China first. They went to Shanghai and like other places, I think, to like meet up with friends and family. So they were there like a week before we were. Oh, Truffle's back. Give me a second. Let me, he only sits in my lap if I have like something over my lap, such as a blanket. So let's see if he's gonna enjoy this. I will suffer being cold for him. Okay. I love when he sits in my lap. It's like so rewarding. Truffle. Here he comes. He's so predictable. Oh, okay. So this was back in April. I think April was a perfect time to go. Maybe even like March would have been good. But by the time and I was only there for 2 weeks. By the time we left, it was like burning hot. It was so hot. You wake up in the morning, it's like 100 degrees. And I'm not good with very hot weather. But yeah, okay. Every day. Okay, so speaking of my college roommate, back in February, we had gone, guys, oh, I wish I could lower this camera so I could show you Truffle. Oh, well, this is so ratchet. Okay. There he is! Okay, so back in February, my college roommate and I, we went to Texas, and on that trip, it was just for fun. On that trip, she would like journal, like use the Apple like journal app, and just like, you know, put photos in. And I was like, oh, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I just like do this so I can like remember what's going on and stuff. And so I adopted that practice for the Asia trip, and so I will be looking at my journal app. So we met up with my parents, my sister and I. We met up with them in Hong Kong, and before we even touched down, like as we were descending, I look out the window and I see a bunch of like hills and stuff and mountains, and I'm like I don't know, I just like never realized that it was such a mountainous area. And I was like so excited. I mean, the only thing I wanted to do in Hong Kong was go hiking. I had heard such great things about Dragon's Back, and so that's like literally the only thing I wanted to do. Oh, sorry, I'm so cold now that I don't have this blanket wrapped around me. But yeah, we started our day going to a couple of museums because my sister and I planned, you know, our portion of the trip. And so my sister really likes like art and museums, and so she went to the museum. I stayed outside the museum because I didn't care too much, and I like being outside and taking it all in. So I was with my aunt outside. Hi, Truffle. So cute, bruh. Oh my gosh, guys. I sprained my wrists, both of them, carrying my suitcase through the New York City subway. That's also how I knew I was like, I need to get stronger, because I think like my suitcase is probably like, what, 50 pounds or something, and after carrying them up and down the stairs, my wrists like they were like inflamed. Like when we were basically by the time we got to Hong Kong, I had to keep my hands like this to have the blood flow down, or else my hands would get like swollen and pink. It's really embarrassing. Let's see. LOL, my first journal entry, I have photos. I was already pissed off being with family. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's so bad. Anyways, day 2 is when we did the hikes, and I would say that my sis, well, I'm gonna speak for myself, I adjusted pretty well to the time change. Pretty well in that like I was waking up around like 5:36 a.m., which wasn't too bad. And so we did Dragon's Back hike, and we took my parents, and they're older, and they suffered. I feel really bad because that was a hard hike. We probably did like 30,000 steps that day hiking. Yeah, I feel bad. They were like so sweaty. But then we still had a good time. We went, like, rode on this ferry afterwards, and my dad was telling us, like, back then, you know, you pay like your like $1 coin or whatever, and like that's how we got to school, taking this ferry. It was very, very cute, and we got some food. Yeah, and in Hong Kong it was definitely easier. I think my sister and I, she has been taking Chinese lessons, not to prep for this trip, but just to better learn our language or whatever. And I have not. I haven't taken a Chinese lesson since I had to take 3 semesters in college, so I guess since like my first semester of sophomore year. So it's been a while since I've learned Chinese. Yeah, but in Hong Kong they speak Canto, they also speak English, so it was easier for my sister and I in Hong Kong because most places would be able to understand at least a little bit of English. But by the 3rd and 4th day, I think by the 3rd day, we only stayed in each place for about 3 days. So 3rd day, my sister and I were finally like so done with being always just like following my family around. Oh my gosh, another thing I did. I got an eSIM for my phone, and I got it for China. Now, in my mind, I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but like Hong Kong is legally part of China, right? So I thought cell service, like I thought my SIM card, my eSIM would work in Hong Kong, but it did not. It literally only worked in China. So I did not have service in Hong Kong. So I had to like follow my parents around, which was really frustrating because like they don't have the same interests as my sister and I. Like they want to do one thing, and then so I had to follow them. And so whatever, by day 3, my sister and I were like, let's just like go out. Let's like, my aunt lives by a park. Let's just like go to the park. Let's go get some breakfast. Like we don't have to do things with parents. So she and I went out. It was nice. It was nice to just like get some curry fish balls and some like rice noodles for really cheap. Especially because like my aunt was taking us to like nicer places. I think because she wanted like to cater to our American tastes, but my sister and I like were not enjoying that. So it was nice to just get like local food for cheap. And then we took the high-speed rail, which was so interesting actually. We took it from Hong Kong to Dongguan, which is like it's mainland China. And when you cross from Hong Kong to mainland China, you feel the increased sense of like security in that like you look around, there's like at all times like 8 cameras pointing at you. And when you're like boarding this train, you don't need a ticket. Like you do need a ticket, like you buy the ticket online, but what they do is they just scan your face and you're through. And then there's like bouts of like security, but it's like it's so crazy. It's just like nothing you experience in America. Then I met up with my uncle and cousins, and then we got to see my aunt's office. Wait, like literally this is, I was just about to say it's so crazy. My camera's about to like do that thing where it cuts out after a couple like 20 something minutes, and then it just did it. That's so weird. So it must be like 23 minutes and like 45 seconds. I don't know. And then my aunt, she gave me a bag. It's like she pulled a bag for my mom. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I love this bag. It kind of reminds me of the Coach Brooklyn bag, kind of. It's more like structured. It was like a cherry red, and my aunt and my mom were like, that's like an old lady bag, and I was like, sue me. Anyways, and then so we just spent a day in Dongguan, and then we went to Fujian. I always forget if Fujian's the province, Fuzhou is the city. So we go to Fuzhou, and then this is kind of when plans start going not awry, but like my parents ended up contacting people that they know, but then my sister and I had already planned the trip, so it was like kind of frustrating that we couldn't go with our plan. However, I will say, I will give credit to my parents. had they not reached out to friends, my sister and I would not have gone, well, any of us would not have gone to experience Wuyishan, which is a tea mountain. And my sister loves tea. Like, she's very passionate about her tea, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So the first day we were in Fuzhou, we go to my parents' friend's house, and they cook us delicious food. Like, Fuzhou is, or Fujian is like southeastern coast of China, and so a lot of the cuisine is seafood, and my sister and I do not like seafood. Like, it's like crabs, lobster, shrimp, fish. We're okay with fish, but like everything else we're kind of like meh, it's not like, we don't really care for it. But this family, oh my gosh, they literally cooked us like, it was like so many dishes, and most of it was like delicious. This was definitely more like, I don't know how to describe it, because we ended up going to more like rural, my parents' hometown, and they cooked us food, and that was like, we did not like that at all. But I guess like in the city we liked that food better. I don't know, it was crazy. Like, I had a good time. I ate so much in Asia despite not really liking most of the food. I ate a lot, and I was going a lot. Hey, have you guys heard of the app Poop Map? If not, I'm super passionate about Poop Map. You basically just like log your poops, and it's like social media, because your friends can log their poops, and then you guys can like be in a competition league. Anyways, I was pooping a lot in China. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But yeah, and like in terms of the houses, they were like a pretty decent size. Like, they were apartments, they weren't houses. Sorry for the sirens. Yeah, people live in apartments, but the apartments are like a decent size, so that was nice. The kitchens are small, but then the living room dining area is like bigger, and then there's like a couple bedrooms. Yeah, Hong Kong was definitely more crammed. Like, that was, well, yeah, it was definitely more crammed. So then we're in, for the first full day in Fuzhou, we go to, there's a lot of like shopping centers, and they're absolutely beautiful. The one we went to was, okay, I'm gonna butcher this, but Yin Tai Shan or something. Yeah, that was not how I pronounce it at all. I'm kind of embarrassed, but also like, whatever. Yeah. It's like these huge shopping plazas, a bunch of stores, and they're not like, at least as far as I know, they're not like huge, like, they're not like name brands. At least nothing like I recognized. There was a place called Beer Bro, and another one called Cheese Uncle. I know, that was really funny. A lot of like trinkets, clothing, a lot of stalls with jewelry. Like, it was amazing, and it's huge. My family, we didn't even get to explore like 20% of it. We were there for like maybe like an hour, 2 hours. It was just absolutely beautiful. Like, based on what my parents were telling me about them growing up, them having to like walk miles to school over like mountains and any weather and all this stuff, like, I was not expecting Fuzhou to be so modernized. And my parents were telling me that like Xi Jinping or whatever, he or something like grew up or was born in Fuzhou. I don't know. Wow, I should have paid attention more. But because of that, like, he has special, I think he is like, Fuzhou holds a special place in his heart, so he like put money to modernize it basically. And my parents, like, they went back I think in 2019, so they had been back more recently, but they were just like so amazed at how much it's changed. And I can't even tell you guys, like, when we first got into Fuzhou, just driving down the roads, like, there is so much nature. I mean, I'm coming from New York City, where there is, you know, there's not that much nature. Like, there's trees on every block, but like, it's not like luscious. And they're trees, they're like banyan trees. Oh my gosh, like, their roots, the trunks are so big, and I don't know, it was just so beautiful. I went to LA recently, and I was like, this low-key kind of reminds me of Fuzhou. There was something about, I think it's the way you could see the blue sky. I'm really used to not seeing the sky here. It was the sky and the nature. Oh, I'm talking too much, hold on. Okay. Yeah, it was just literally indescribable. And I think the older I've gotten, the more I've come to appreciate like flowers and like different flora and rocks. Like, it's just nothing you see in America. So it was really, really amazing to be there. Yeah, and it was just, it was so beautiful. I will say it was hard because of the language barrier. I tried, like, I went into this one shop. Oh my gosh. And also, like, payments there, a lot of like stores only take, like, they would rather you not pay cash. They take like Alipay or WeChat Pay. But for some reason, oh no, I am sad. For some reason, like, my WeChat Pay was being weird. And so every time I went into a store alone, like without my sister, because hers was being fine, when I went without my sister, I would get like so stressed out, like, what if I can't pay for this thing? And then so I went into this one store, and they had the cutest little like persimmon candles. Oh my gosh. And so I wanted to buy some for my friends, and of course then like my pay doesn't work, and I'm like, do you guys take cash? And they're like, yeah. And then they're like, no. And then like my Chinese is so bad, and they're like, where are you from? And then I'm like, New York. And then this one worker, she starts singing welcome to New York. She was so cute, bro. She was like definitely younger than me. She must have been like 19 or 20. She was so cute. Yeah, definitely I wish we had spent more time in like the city center. But then the next day, my sister, I think, so to my mom's friend, I mentioned I would love to see a fish sauce farm, and they were like, absolutely not, like, that smells so bad, you're gonna hate it. And I was like, damn, that kind of sucks, but whatever. And then my sister was like, I love tea. And then my mom's friend was like, oh my gosh, like, I know someone who like works in the tea area, we could go tomorrow, let's get tickets, let's take the high-speed rail, let's go to Wuyishan. And we're like, well, my sister and I are kind of hesitant because first, like, what is this generosity that like we're just gonna like see your friend's friend and like stay with your friend's friend? And also, like, you know, my sister and I, like, we planned to do stuff tomorrow, like we have an itinerary, but my mom was like, let's just do it, like, let's be kind, let's say yes. And I'm glad she pushed us to do that, because oh my goodness, guys, every time I think about this China trip, I get sad because I don't think that I'll ever get to experience it again because the language barrier. And like, what are the chances that my parents are going to want to go again, especially as they get older and older? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be hard for me to go back to China unless I'm like with someone who speaks fluently and like knows, and not just like speaks fluently, but like knows how to navigate. Like, I feel like you don't find that as much. At least, like, I don't know that many people who would like know how to navigate like buying the train tickets. Everyone I ask, it's like, oh, I don't know how to do it, like my uncle just did it for me, you know? So anyways, I shouldn't think about this with such sadness, but Wuyishan, oh my goodness, I literally wrote in my journal app, one of the most gorgeous places ever. There's tea bushes, beautiful mountains, the clearest water I have ever seen. It's warm but not too warm. And let's see, what else I write? Our bamboo boat ride. Oh my gosh, yeah. So Wuyishan, it's a mountain. Well, it's like mountain range, I guess. I don't actually know. But, and then like the water, there's water that flows through it. And so you can go on these bamboo boat rides. And you know what's so stupid? And I guess I just didn't, you know, this is me being a tourist and I just didn't remember or realize. I was like, why are there so many people here? Like I get that, like, you know, we're tourists and like we're visiting, but why are there so many other people here? And then I just like forgot how big China is and that people just travel within China the same way that people just travel, like Americans travel within America. Chinese people travel within China. Anyways, I was like that. I felt like such an idiot. But oh my gosh. Let's see if I can show you guys any photos. Okay. So that is the water. And like these are the mountains that are growing tea, and then we get pushed in a bamboo ride, and then you could also like walk across that bridge. And let's see, do I have any other photos? And then we ended up doing a hike. Oh my gosh, you can see like these are all tea bushes, and then I think that's like me and my mom or something. I don't know, it was just so absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Oh, this is like my favorite photo that I took. gosh, I'm so sorry. I really wish this would focus better, but oh my gosh. And then my mom was like talking with our boat ride person who was pushing the boat and they started speaking in like their own dialect, even though we're still in Fujian. There's a lot of different dialects, and even my mom didn't really know this, so they were speaking in their own dialect, and she's like, what are you speaking? And he was like the Wuyishan dialect. And yeah, I don't know, it was cool. Like, I didn't know that there were so many different dialects in one province, and my mom didn't know that either. And like, we were like having him say stuff in his dialect, and then my mom would say it in her Fujianese dialect, and they would like start laughing because it does not sound the same at all. Like, it's crazy. And then wasn't this day? We got to experience like the tea culture, especially in like China has its own like tea culture, but then being in Wuyishan where they like literally grow the tea and harvest it and roast it in that city, like we got to experience that culture as well, and it was so cool. We like were taught how to like pour tea properly, and just like anytime we went to anyone's house, like you don't expect to, like even if we were just going to like pick someone up, they'd be like, no, come in, and then you have to like go through rounds of having tea, which I was like, me in my New York City, whatever, I'm like, efficiency, like let's go, we have to go. But they're like so chill. They're like, no, like have a cup of tea, here's some fruit, here's more tea, like you sure you don't want more tea, do you want any like food, like we cooked whatever. And I'm like like we have things to do, guys. We're like, oh my gosh. But my goodness, yeah, it's a different culture there. Not like, it was so beautiful. So we got to see like how they harvest the tea and how they roast the tea and stuff. And then Wuyishan, so even though it's still in Fujian, their cuisine is not as seafood focused as I felt like like the Fuzhou like city was, or you know, just like growing up I've been subjected to a lot of like Fujianese seafood, and my sister and I were like, meh. But in Wuyishan, because they have so much bamboo growing in that area, a lot of their diet is like rice and bamboo, and I was loving it. Like, it was so good. And they use like hot spice, like it's spicy, which regular Fujianese food, I don't want to say regular, but like the Fujianese food I'm used to is not spicy at all. Like, we don't use spice. So it was a really, really pleasant surprise, because I do enjoy spicy food. And then of course there was like fish and stuff, but yeah, it was a lot more bamboo, and I really enjoyed that. Usually I don't even like bamboo. Like, when it's in ramen, I think it's disgusting. Like, I don't like bamboo. I think it smells bad, I think it tastes bad, but I think it was like a different type of bamboo. It's prepared a different way. It was so good. It was so good. And then and there was a lot of like tofu and stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wish I could live there. What did I say? Bamboo food. Oh, in a really popular Fujianese food, even in America, is peanut butter noodles. And it was so interesting to go to another part of Fujian and try their version of peanut butter noodles. And it tastes so different from like the city Fuzhou peanut butter noodles. Like, it was, and then like, yeah, it was more, there was more flavor to it in a way that I wasn't used to. So I don't think I liked it as much, because I'm very used to like New York peanut butter noodles, and that tasted more like Fuzhou, like city center peanut butter noodles. But man, it was cheap, and they give you so much food. Oh my gosh. And then we were only in Wuyishan for like 1 full day or something, or maybe two full days. I don't know. But my goodness, if I could go anywhere in China, it would be here to Wuyishan. It's crazy. Like, I enjoyed it so much, and it just like makes me think, like, what else does China have to offer? Because of course we hear about the big cities like Beijing and Shanghai, and even like Fuzhou is a big city, but now to these small mountainous towns that are like, oh my gosh, like every like markets are outside, and people are just like, I don't know, peeling their beans. Yeah, I don't know. But we had banh mi and um, bien ro. It's like these meatballs. Oh my gosh, like I don't even know how to explain this to you. To show you like how big this bowl is. Oh, I can't. These photos are so bad. But let's see. I said, okay, let's see. This was like a small bowl of noodles. I don't know if you can see how big that is. That was less than $1 US. And these are the meatballs. Let's see what I wrote about it. I think we're in the Fujian mountains. Food is a little different. They didn't taste like peanut butter. Oh yeah, so the peanut butter noodles, they didn't really taste that much like peanut butter, which was very interesting because they're peanut butter noodles. And they put mix-ins, like spicy bamboo shoots, pickles, soybeans. Oh, and then they said, okay, so their food is spicy because it fights arthritis from the cold, humidity, and then I wrote Chinese science, I don't know. And then the bien ro was much bigger and didn't taste like meat as much. Like all the flavors were so much more subtle, which was really interesting. And then, yeah. We like learned a lot through my mom's friend who came with us. She was like teaching us a lot about like culture, and she also was a professor in Japan, and so she was teaching us about like Japan culture as well. Anyway, so that was, I think we stayed for like, our first day we traveled to Wuyishan, then we stayed one full day, and then like at 6 a.m. like we left the next day. So then the day we left, we then went to my parents' villages where they grew up, and it's crazy. My dad's village, so beautiful, but there was no one there. And like with a lot of these villages, because we also went to my mom's village, it's truly only like really old people who live there, and like they might not even live there year round. Like they live in the village when the weather in America is bad, and then when the weather in America is good, they come to America because China gets unbearably hot, but it's like it's status to immigrate to America, own a place in China, and then you send your parents back there. Yeah, sorry. But then we went to my dad's village because we needed to do tomb sweeping, which is basically, it's literally, people used to be buried on like the sides of mountains. Like it's not like cemeteries in America, not like that. And so you just like sweep their tomb out of respect. And I think like in Buddhism, you can burn these paper things that represent money, iPhones, whatever, and then they think that the afterlife people will receive those things, will receive money and iPhones and jewelry or whatever. I don't know. My family doesn't do that, but we did go to my dad's great aunt or something, I don't know, and we swept her tomb. And actually we could not have found this tomb, but we went with a family member who lives in the village still. But the village was just so empty, but it was so developed because they're putting money into like hoping for tourism. Sorry, I said that so weird. But oh my gosh, you guys, like it was so beautiful. How do I even explain? Like it was like this beautiful courtyard, and I think just like the open blue skies blew me away. Look at that. I really don't know if you can see any of this. Oh my goodness. Then there's like a 1,000-year-old bridge. It was wonderful. And then we went to my mom's village where she showed us her home where she grew up, and I literally dragged a chair to, like, we were outside. Oh, you know what's funny? So sorry. Ew. That burp tasted like ginger. So it's really interesting, like, you're on the road, whatever, it's like a totally modern road, and then each village kind of has like this arch that you drive through, and then like the name of the village on it, and then you drive through and then you can immediately tell like, oh, this is where the houses are. And then each village kind of has like this courtyard area. I mean my parents' courtyards look different, but my mom's, there was like a place where like water runs through, and she was like, oh, this is where we would like bathe or like wash our clothes back then. And then there's like a veranda, is that the right word? No, what are those called? Like the it's like an outdoor seating area that has a little like roof. It's like circular, what are those called? Anyways, and there was like some really old people just like sitting there, probably like my grandpa's age, and they were just like sitting and chatting. Some of them were sleeping outside, and this my mom goes up to them and she's like, do you know my dad? His name is whatever. And then a couple of them look kind of confused, but then one of them is like, oh, like, I know your dad, or like, I remember your dad. And then she was like, can you help me? My mom's like, can you help me find his house? And then so I guess these people are just bored because they're old and they have nothing to do. But then everyone gets up and we start walking, and there's like it's like a pretty big neighborhood is kind of what these villages are. And so like we're walking the streets. It's not really streets, it's one like sidewalk and the houses on the side. So we're walking down whatever, and then these people are like, oh, like I feel like it's here, and then other people see us, and this group of women see us, and they're like, oh, I remember where it is, and they start leading us, and they're like by the time we reach my mom's old house, we've amassed like this group of people, and it's really cute. And then one of them comes up to my mom, and they're like, is your brother, you know, her brother's name? And then she's like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, I used to work with him in New York. And it's just like so crazy. It's like you can definitely see how like the sense of community translate. Like it's so different than America, I feel like. But yeah. So we go to my mom's house. She takes a picture in front of it. I drag like this chair that's like outside over and I peer into one of the windows because one of the windows is broken. Doesn't look like anyone's living there, but I don't know, it's like really sweet to get to see like the place where your mom grew up. But also I was shocked by how big it was, because in my mind they were just like crammed, because she always tells me about how poor they are, but of course like there's more land and so houses are gonna be a little bit bigger. It wasn't like big by any means, but in my mind it was like super, like they were like living 7 of them in a 1 bedroom. But yeah, it was so beautiful. And then we went to the beach. I guess in theory, like, yes, Fuzhou is like on the coast or whatever, but you never hear about a beach in China. You guys, I have been talking. I didn't realize that the video cut out, and I don't really want to check. So we're gonna start from I don't know how long I've been yapping to this camera without it. Like, I hate that it just stops recording. Like, why does it do that? Anyways, that's pretty unfortunate, but whatever. Now we're on my last day in Fuzhou. And we did a bunch of souvenir shopping. We were just like in the city center. Oh my gosh, they have this banyan tree that they have shaved into the shape of a heart. Let me find a photo. I don't want to like show you guys my parents or other. Let me just find one with just me. But this is like one of the only things I wanted to do in Fuzhou because it's so iconic. Guys, it's a tree in the shape of a heart. I thought it was so cute. So that area, we just like did so much souvenir shopping. Guys, Truffle's so cute right now. Hi, Truffle, you're so cute. And then, yeah, we had an amazing, huge dinner with my mom's friends. Oh, I guess it's my parents' friends. Yeah, that was super sick. Guys, I can't even explain. Like, we got bags of souvenirs. It's like all these little trinkets, like, because there's just a lot of people in New York that we want to like, I don't know. The idea of souvenir shopping, I recently learned that like not everyone brings back stuff for other people, and I think it's fine. Like, I don't think you're obligated to buy souvenirs for your friends, but I guess growing up and then like seeing how my siblings travel or how my sister travels, and I don't know, I guess how other people like they give me souvenirs, I'm just like, oh, like let me buy souvenirs. But then I learned that some people don't buy souvenirs. But one thing my friend does, which I think is so cute, she writes a postcard wherever she's at and sends it, and then by the time she gets back, I've received a postcard. And then I think that's a really cute idea if you don't want to like bring back stuff. But anyways, yeah, we went ham on the souvenirs. Oh, my camera's gonna die soon. Let's see how long this lasts. This camera's so old. It's recently like back in style. This is the PowerShot S. Oh wait, it's written on the camera. SX730 HS. It has like that really cute digicam look to it when you take photos with flash. So it's like recently become really popular. But this camera I got a long time ago, 7-8 years ago. I got it when I was a senior in high school, 2018. It's almost 8 years ago, and so it's kind of dying. Anyways, there's more to the trip. So our last destination is Taiwan. In Taiwan, I'll just recap this really quick because by this time I was like so done because I was tired traveling with my parents. Like I felt like I had to parent them a little, and I was just like, you can't turn your brain off. Went to Taiwan, went to Taichung, went to Alishan, went to the Taipei Zoo. That was fun. In Maokong with my sister. That was just the two of us. And yeah, we really didn't do much in Taipei. I think like also by this point I was over Asian food. Literally, we went to Taipei 101 just for food, not to like do anything else, but just as a lunch spot because we all wanted different food. And I got pizza and I was so happy. I was like, I just want Chipotle, like I just want pizza. I am definitely more Americanized in that way. Like I could not eat more Chinese food. But yeah, overall a really, really great time. I will never stop like thinking about Wuyishan, which was the Tea Mountains. It was just a beautiful place. Oh my gosh, I forgot to say, the night that we were there, we went to like some propaganda like tea communism theater show. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Like you just have to be there, and like these bomber jets kept on flying by. Anyways, it was very interesting. Oh, I have talked way too much. When I talk too much, I don't think I breathe, and I get like really congested. What should I eat? I think I'll eat. I have to work soon. So I'm trying to think. Oh, I prepped like some Greek salad at the beginning of the week, so I'll eat that. And then I need to drop off a package at UPS. And then I want to finish Crazy Rich Asians because I have like 100 something pages left. Yeah. Oh, but I can't move because Truffle is stretching out. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's so rewarding to have a cat, but honestly, after Truffle goes, I hate to say this, I don't know if I would get another cat. But as long as he lives, I would love him. But only because I like to travel. I like to leave my apartment. I like to go home to my parents for a day or two. And it's hard because I need to find someone to watch him. Because if they're not like dogs, you don't just bring them. Like, home is home, right? I'm not going to take him out of this apartment. I've done it a couple times, but I don't like to do that. He doesn't like it. So, oh, my old man. 8 years old soon. My sweet baby. I love him. Oh my gosh. The last time I did this video, I was not even... Wait. Okay. The last time I made one of these long videos, it was 2023, beginning of 2023. I was like not even employed. Well, I mean, that was in the middle of me doing the vlog every day for 365 days. And so that went on until like the end of September, or like till September 2023. And then right after that, I got a job. So that's what I've been up to. I've been working. But the reason why I feel like in the fall I want to, like, I always get this urge to pick up my camera is because, well, I don't know, there's just something about the fall time. Maybe like inside a lot more because it's getting colder, and so I've like less to fill my time with. And then also my work is not too busy in the summer, and so maybe like I'm finally so bored of being bored that I'm like, let me just like make a video, let me like be creative again. But it's been fun to find different ways to be creative, whether it's through food or puzzling, or honestly I think my Pinterest boards, like I love just like making boards. I feel like that is creative. Coloring, sewing. Yeah, it's been fun to be creative. My friends and I were doing a craft afternoon where we're just gonna craft for an afternoon, and that's gonna be really fun. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to make for Thanksgiving. I have like a couple of potlucks. I have like 3 different potlucks. I'm already thinking of Christmas presents. It's really fun to like think about these things. Yeah. Oh my god. Joel's so cute. I'm kind of hungry. I've recently been making eggs with mascarpone because one of my friends bought mascarpone to my place. She was gonna make like a tiramisu, but then ended up not doing that. So I just like need to use it up, and I don't really care for tiramisu. Or yeah. So to me it doesn't make sense because it's like a dessert, but you're gonna put coffee in it, so I can't sleep. Like whatever. So I've been putting it in my eggs, and like just like a soft scrambled egg. So good with some salt. Some black pepper if I'm brave, because remember I don't like it, and some everything with bagel seasoning. It's really good. And then I've been recently making my own matcha because I'm sick of paying like $8 for matcha. So it's good, but ow, Jumbo's biting me. It's good. Oh, but like it's so expensive to like make your own matcha. Like I feel like each cup you make is like $2 still, or like $1 at least, if that's cheap. So, yeah, I guess I'll just yap until my camera dies, and then it'll just cut me off whenever it cuts me off. Yep. What else? Maybe I have nothing else to say. I think if I just like shut up for a sec, I'll think of something. I can tell you about turning 25. They're not lying about that prefrontal cortex. I mean, I think like I was depressed. No, I don't know. What I'm about to say is gonna make it sound like I became depressed, but I just like don't feel like I was. I just think I changed. But basically I just like lost interest in things, and I was sleeping like 10 hours a day, and I just felt like really lost. And I think that it's not that I don't feel that way anymore, like the lost feeling or feeling like in a funk. It's just like I feel like this is my new normal. I'm not sleeping 10 hours a day anymore though. That was weird. Also, I think like with stress, my body wasn't regulating itself the way it should have been. But yeah, it was really weird. Like I was saying, I like stopped talking so much, and personally I felt it hard to articulate my emotions when I used to be like good at it. Like I didn't have trouble understanding how I was feeling, but now I do, which is like so weird. And I think that I should journal, but journaling seems like such a daunting task, because every time I journal, and it's like a negative loop or whatever it's called, but like because I'm so scared of how overwhelming it feels, I don't journal for a long time. And because I don't journal for a long time, then I write such a long journal entry, which takes it out of me. Like it takes